See this bad boy? It's the all-new 2025 Toyota Camry. In this video, I'll talk about what the new Camry is, how I feel about the interior space, and what it's like to drive it. For starters, the Camry is kind of all new for 2025. We got some obvious styling changes with new front and rear fascias and a redesigned cabin. While the model still uses the same platform, the engineers focus on improving fuel efficiency, refining ride quality, reducing noise, vibration, and harshness, and better driving dynamics. The 9th generation, codenamed XV80, sits on Toyota's JK platform and features strut front suspension and multi-link in the back, combined with normal passive dampers. Many chassis elements remain unchanged, however, the new model received redesigned dampers and revised suspension tuning for better comfort. Now, forget about V6s as the XV80 is only available as a hybrid, featuring 5th generation Toyota's hybrid system with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder. The front-wheel drive variant has 225 horsepower and the all-wheel drive one makes 232 horses. Typically for Toyota's hybrids, the power is transferred via an eCVT, and the car is rated at 44 miles per gallon in the city and on a highway, but in real life, I was averaging even more, 50-ish mpg on a daily basis. Now, before we talk how it all works together and what it's like to drive the new Camry, let's take a look inside and talk about the interior space. The cabin of the new Camry is definitely a step ahead compared to the previous gen and Camrys from the past in general. We get a good mix of various colors and materials, the build quality is great and the cabin feels solid and well put together. Another thing you will appreciate is how easy it is to interact with this car and use it. You get a classic shifter, logical dashboard layout, physical controls for all the core functions, and great visibility throughout the cabin. The storage and usability are great, and that's a strong aspect of the Camry with generous center console and spacious trunk. The only thing to complain about are tiny door pockets, as they can barely fit anything besides a small water bottle. I can't complain about the space for the front occupants though. The heated and cooled seats in the XSE provide great comfort, decent support, and can accommodate basically any body type. Same when it comes to the back seat. Not only do you get plenty of legroom and headroom, you get much needed these days USB Type-A and C ports and climate vents. One thing you won't complain about, again, is space. Now, for the first time, I am not frustrated with technology implementation in a Camry. The Linux-based infotainment system is idiot-proof with its logical layout and a clean interface. It supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and has over-the-air updates, meaning you're not stuck with what you get today. The gauge cluster is not as easy to use though, and it takes a while to figure out what it can do and how it can show various information. The functionality is there, but Toyota has to improve the interface. Alright, so that was the interior of the new Camry. Let's get it on the road now and see how it drives. Alright, driving the Toyota Camry, the ultimate Ubermobile, is uninspiring. It accelerates, brakes, turns, and takes you from point A to point B. That's basically it. Okay, I'm kidding. The new Camry actually isn't that bad. The main goal for this generation was not only to make it more fuel efficient, but also better driving, and while it still isn't a sports car, unless you're an Uber driver in New York City, it surprised me in a good way. The performance from the hybrid drivetrain is just good enough for a midsize sedan. It's not crazy fast, but more than adequate for everyday use, and you get enough of that passing power which you will appreciate on a highway. 232 horsepower in the all-wheel drive variant is a healthy number, and just like in other Toyota products, the hybrid drivetrain works great. The transition in power source is basically seamless, and the new generation hybrid system relies more on electric motors, meaning the engine doesn't kick in as often as it did in the past, and if you're not a jerk, you can get the Camry rolling only using the electric motor. But let's get back to driving dynamics. The front is still numb and the Camry has a tendency to oversteer, but I like how the all-wheel drive variant behaves mid-corner. You can feel the rear motor kick in, helping the car to rotate. It's still nothing crazy, but the Camry doesn't feel like a big, floaty couch on wheels anymore, putting you to sleep with its boredom. But there's a price we pay for all that. The ride quality of the XSE model that comes with stiffer dampers and 19-inch wheels doesn't feel as refined as I would like it to. Just to be clear, it isn't bad and the Camry is still compliant over most road imperfections, but if you don't care about the looks and handling in your daily, get the LE or XLE with softer suspension and smaller wheels for improved ride comfort. One more thing I wanted to add before we jump to the final thoughts is cabin isolation. Historically, Camrys have been known for not being the quietest, and while the 9th gen has improved in the NVH area with a well-isolated engine bay and higher trims giving you laminated side windows, there is still a good amount of road noise, more than in competing midsize sedans.
Let's be honest, you're not buying a midsize sedan because you want crazy styling or insane driving experience. You're buying it because you want reliability, good fuel economy, and a comfortable ride, and that's what the new Camry delivers.
I'm happy that Toyota hasn't given up on sedans and they understand that not everyone wants or needs an SUV. The Camry is a great choice for someone who is looking for a car that's functional, super efficient, and reliable. Just like previous generations, it isn't super inspiring and it will not steal your heart, but it will not wipe your bank account either. Pricing starts at around 28 grand and tops at around 45 for a fully loaded model, and as I mentioned in the beginning, the new Camry is now hybrid only. Don't worry about reliability though. Toyota's hybrid drivetrains have proven to be trouble-free, and for a peace of mind, you get a good 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty for the hybrid system and a 10-year, 150,000-mile warranty for the battery.
If you have any questions about the new Camry, drop a comment and I'll answer them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.